The Maid Cafe, one of Japan's national treasures, an event that appears in almost every high school anime, and it is without a doubt the most enticing scam known to exist. When I went to Japan this summer, yes, I'm late by like 8 months, I explored every crevice in Tokyo, to the Pokemon Center, the Imperial Palace, and even to anime heaven, Akihabara. I did all this in the summer heat, surviving off a jug of Pocari Sweat. And if you watch any travel influencer, you will know that going to Japan in summer is like, you'll be sweating your balls off hot. So why? Why did I go? It's no secret that I'm an anime fan. I went to Japan specifically because of anime, because they made all those golden anime like Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Mushoku Tensei, and Love is War. Anime is literally propaganda to travel to Japan. Maybe that's why they have over-tourism. You know, as an anime fan, I couldn't leave empty-handed, so I went to Akihabara multiple times. I was on the hunt for Cyberpunk and Oshinoko. I found it on my first day there. I went up and down the streets of Akihabara. I even visited some shady streets during the night to look at anime figures. I know Japan is considered safe, but I don't recommend going down shady streets, because I swear I could have had my organs harvested, but I didn't have my organs harvested. So go down as many shady streets as you want. Anyways, when I was exploring Akihabara, I would see these women. Well, I would hope they're not younger than adult age. My initial thought was that they were waiting for someone, but then I started seeing a line of them. I was starting to catch on now, alright? And the final nail was the flyers. They were handing out flyers. And then it clicked. Like, oh, is this what they call the red light district? And the reason the red light district was on my mind was because I kept seeing these reels before going to Japan. And it was just someone walking down an alley, and it's like one of those GTA games where the girls would go like, "You look scrumptious." I don't know. I haven't played GTA in a while. I'm getting sidetracked now, but it's important that you understand that these pure, innocent looking maids do not start pulling your pants down and waving your money. They are not the red light district, and you're just gonna get arrested and be deported. The red light district is in Shinjuku, I think. I went there, so I'll tell you about that another time. When it finally clicked for real, it's when I saw the maid outfits, and I was like, oh. And I was traveling with my brother at the time, so I told him we should go. Little did I know that the scammer, me, was about to get scammed. So that was day 1 of Akihabara. I've achieved 2 cyberpunk figures, David and Lucy, and I found the whereabouts of the Oshinoko figures. It was a successful day, but I had to return a few times because my dad, who got himself into One Piece, wanted the whole crew, and the figures were cheaper in Japan. I went to Japan during the summer when the exchange rate was like an all-time high for the Canadian dollar, so I was getting it at a discount. I also had to look for a present for my oldest brother because we kind of booked a flight right before his birthday. It wasn't intentional, it just so happened that way. So his conditions were a Psycho-Pass figure or a Yuki figure from Alia Can't Hide Her Feelings in Russian. Probably many of you haven't seen Psycho-Pass before. I don't blame you. He made me watch Psycho-Pass, and it's kinda mid. My dad's figures weren't that hard to find. I could walk into any anime store in Akihabara and they would have One Piece. They even have a One Piece store. But the Psycho-Pass and Yugi figures, I had to search the ends of the earth to find these figures. I walked into every anime store, got lost in the basement of some hentai and doujin areas, walked into a pachinko, which is one of those gambling cribs, walked up 7 flights of stairs multiple times, got embarrassed by my Japanese skills when asking the workers, found a replica gun shop, and I always saw the maids standing outside at their usual time, handing out their flyers. At this time, I could understand. After spending the whole day in Akihabara searching for these dumbass figures, I could finally relate to them. Because you know what? At the end of my long search, I finally found a Yuki figure. But I was fucking cockblocked by this pre-order. BS. The figures were right in front of me. I could see them, I could show you the pictures of them, I could see my hard work paying off. So I used my terrible Japanese skills and asked the employees, "Sumimasen, Yuki wa arimasu ka?" Which means, do you have Yuki in English? They were talking to each other for a bit, and then they told me, you had to pre-order with Blu-ray. Like, who even uses Blu-ray nowadays? You do not know how much I was fuming at this point. My hard day's work searching for these figures, it was in my grasp, and then Blu-ray, pre-order, cock-blocked me and crushed my dreams. It was one of the most devastating moments in my life, and I've been through some pretty tough times. But this moment is up there. At this point, I was in a daze. It's probably been 3 days since I began my journey, and now the search was over. I felt like I had nothing to lose. So all those maids lined up there, I was thinking, why don't I be a helpful person and take the flyers? Because they probably have some sort of quota for the flyers. I didn't actually know if they had a quota. I just assumed. So, could have been for no reason. But, you know what? I didn't care. I felt like Oprah. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. But instead, it was like, you give me your flyer, you give me your flyer, you give me your flyer. It sounded more grand in my head. So I got a bunch of flyers from the maids, and it was getting late at this point. I had to go back to my hotel to call it a day. But on my little route back to the subway, I saw a maid. So I thought, I might as well grab her flyer before I leave too. And before I tell you what happened, let me give you some backstory. I bought the remaining One Piece figures for my dad, so I had a bag. I was too lazy to put all those flyers in my bag, so I just stuffed them in my shopping bag. Anyways, I was walking to the maid, still in my hyperstate. I was just gonna grab the flyer and leave, like take and run. But for some reason, when I grabbed the flyer, it wasn't budging. I was like, what the? Was I weak? When did I grow this week? I'm not this weak because this year I decided going to the gym. That wasn't the case. It was because she was holding onto the flyer with a strong ass grip. I was yanking that thing, but it wouldn't budge. And I realized, oh no, this isn't what I signed up for. I'm at the final maid boss. She started explaining something in Japanese I couldn't really understand, but I just nodded my head yes because that always does a trick, right? And then she said in English, "Are you cheating on me?" I was like, what? What did you just say? And then I realized she must have saw the other maid flyers in my bag. I was caught red-handed and I was smiling because I was like, she's the one. She's strong enough to hold the flyer even when I was tugging on it pretty damn hard, but I do say so myself. And she noticed something so small at night even when the bag was deep. This maid was definitely the final boss. She converted me into a maid cafe person with one interaction. They need to nerf the maids, man. They need to patch this update up. They're too strong. At the end of the interaction, I eventually got the flyer. I suffered another defeat. I was so shocked that I didn't get her name. Probably one of the best interactions I had in Japan, and it all ended there. And that ended my Akihabara run. Well, sort of. I came back another day to check the spot to see if she was still there, and she wasn't. Then, a typhoon came, delayed our flights. So I convinced my brother to go to a maid cafe with me. And it was the wrong one. I got brutally scammed, and I also took my brother down with me. That was the final straw. My last defeat in Japan. Who cares about the maid cafe experience? And we probably spent 5,000 yen each, which is equivalent to 45 Canadian dollars because of the exchange rate, for some Sunday and scam maid experience. Not to mention that the longer you stay in the maid cafe, the more you pay. Only reason we went to the wrong one is because I put the flyer along with all the other ones. So I was doing some Squid Game Russian roulette trying to find out which one was the right one. I was like, this one? This one? This one? If I go next time, I'm on to you maids. And this video is so no one else gets suckered into a maid cafe. May you learn from my mistakes. But if I meet that final maid boss again, I might just get suckered again. Be like Denji. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the subscribe and like and comment below what you want to see next. See you later.